right. Let me just test my volume. Okay, great. Now let's start with NQ. This is the weekly forecast video here. So let's do a reset. Let's see right here. Okay, first of all, if you're Chinese, Happy New Year. Happy Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year. Okay, right, and let's get started. So this is a weekly chart for NQ. Let me just start with the monthly chart. Okay, now if you noticed that we have a really small wick on the monthly chart. Okay, so I believe heading into the second half of the month we are going to create a longer wick. Okay, so with that said, I am bearish heading into the second half of February, and at the same time on the daily chart it's really close to the -4 standard deviation, right? So this range here, it's usually reversal ranges. Okay, so once price tag this area here, I'm anticipating reversal patterns to form within this range here, or a top to form within this range here. Okay, if you take a look at ES, ES has already met its objective here. All right, so right here, so ES, it's trading into the -4.5, and I think it can push up a little bit higher into the -5 because NQ, it's going to push up to the -4. So both indices are in the range for reversals. Okay, we'll be in the range for reversals when NQ tags that -4 standard deviation range here. Okay, this is on a daily, and on a weekly as you can see, we have only up close candles here, and as well as we have this swing high taken out. Okay, and the previous month's high taken out. So right now we are above previous month's high. All right, so usually if you want to long, you don't want to long above old highs, and you do not want to short below old lows. Right, makes sense? Right, so the weekly chart, right, as you can see, there's nothing here. On the daily chart, we have the range. Let me just mark it out. Okay, just mark out the range here. Oops. Let's go into the 4 hours. So 4 hours, the last swing high to swing low, and it would be around 2.5 to 4 if it wants to really overextend into 4.5 on the higher time frame range. Okay, so we are in a really good area to look for shorts. Okay, so it all depends on the weekly opening, And because we have CPI on Tuesday, that's probably going to be the high of the week. Alright, and we are probably going to have a classic classic sell day on Wednesday. We'll see how that plays out, and I would like to see that form or that model form above the weekly opening price. Alright, so you're gonna have to, I'm going to use the power of 3 to validate any form of ideas, trade ideas. Okay, and if you use the quarterly theory here in together with the rest of the concepts, right? But the concepts are all revolving around ICT, so ICT is the main foundation, right? So using quarterly theory, we have just completed Q1 of the entire month of February, and we are heading into Q2. So continuation higher would be the best for manipulation, and then we're gonna see distribution or reversals from Q3 to Q4 onwards. Okay, that's what I want to see, and let's see if it plays out. If not, I'll just have to play it accordingly. Okay, so on daily, there's nothing here really except for this inefficiency that could be utilized, right? So let's say CBI, we have a what do you call it, we have a dump into this inefficiency here. It could reverse to take out the most recent high and then overextend it a little bit into this level here, and then reverse. Okay, reverse within Q3 onwards. Okay, that could be possible as well, right? But I would prefer to have SPI make the high of the month. Okay, and if you have seen my previous weekly forecast, it's more like it's like a seasonal tendencies aligning together with the quarterly theory, and I think that would be the higher probability whereby CPI makes a monthly high. Okay, the high of the month, of the monthly candle. Okay, basically. Okay, and we are way above monthly opening price, above monthly above the previous month's high, right? So let's see, we have the previous month's low here as well, right? And I think this swing low would be the next objective if we were to reverse. Okay, and if you put on that IPTA, 20 days look back, it's still this candle here and this candle here if we are on Tuesday. So we are within the premium of IPTA data range. Alright, so naturally you want to short in premium and you want to long in discount. Okay, so this is going to be one of the factors that I will look at moving forward. Okay, that's for NQ. Okay, and I think that's it for NQ. We'll have to see the opening price and obviously CPI for more information, for more data. Okay, ES, it's basically the same, but I think ES can consolidate more as compared to NQ because it has reached its objectives, right? Like for example this 4-hour chart here, this 4-hour projection here, almost there, and this shaded area here, it's basically the daily projections, right? This and this is the breaker sample, and this is the last leg of distribution sample, right? The last leg of manipulation. We're trading into 4 to 4.5, and then we have the main range here, the breaker, the weekly range here, that would be around 2 to 2.5. so everything aligns nicely, right? So same thing for ES. I'll be looking for reversals within this area here, okay? And yeah, that's it for the indices. Right, let's take a look at the dollar. So for the dollar, same thing here. Now because it has taken out this swing highs and it has traded into this level here, right? If you use the fibs, you are going to have price tagging the OTE range. Oops. OTE right here at 62, close enough, right? It could just bump it up one more time. I'm not too sure if that's gonna happen, but anyways, we are trading in premium. So I believe, because we have closed the weekly candle like this below this CB here, I believe it's gonna run into this small little inefficiency here, and then I think it's gonna run higher into this order block here. Okay, now if I use this here, let's take a look. Yeah, we basically tag that consequent encroachment before trading lower, right? So this is for the XY, and we have taken out liquidities, but I think, let me check. Yeah, we've taken out this liquidity as well. So for dollar, because I don't think dollar is going to be bearish anytime soon, I am still leaning towards the upside until I see price trading back down. Let's just say this low here. Okay, right now it hasn't shown any signs of reversals and it's consolidating, right? So the basic theory is that consolidations never leads to reversals, right? It's going to be something like a reaccumulation, right? Same thing as you can see right here, okay, and right here as well. Reversals are usually really strong price reactions, not something like this. So let's see what the dollar do. But eventually I think the yearly target would be this level here, and if we do not tag this level, then actually that's good, because that means that dollar is gonna rally and we'll have a really nice shorting opportunity in the indices, right? Because when the indices is trading at all-time highs, it's really hard to trade, in my opinion, right? Because you only have the projections to be to lean on, because you don't have anything on the left, any data or any candlesticks on the left to reference against. Okay, so that's for dollar. And now I'm moving on into HSI, and right here, HSI, so far so good. I'm still bearish on HSI, and came right back up into this inefficiency that I've talked about, I think about 2 weeks ago, right? And on the daily time frame, as I've mentioned, as long as price does not close below this inversion, I think we're good to attack this highs here and into this level here, and this is what we got. Very nice price action right here. And after taking out these highs, it just reversed. So I think we're gonna continue lower for HSI as anticipated, right? This low here and this objective here on the higher time frames, that is a 3 month volume imbalance. 3 months time frame volume imbalance, so I think that's going to be like a magnet, okay, like a draw on. The price is going to draw into this volume imbalance once again. So that's for HSI. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Right, so far Bitcoin is attacking this highs again, right, this old high one more time. So Bitcoin, it's very fickle in my opinion. Okay, it doesn't want to provide any form of retracements just yet, right? That's what I see for Bitcoin, and we'll just have to let time play out. Like, I want to see any because the candle closing here on the weekly would invalidate this high, okay? Above this midpoint of the wick here, that would invalidate the whole bearish idea until something else happens on the chart, okay? Because we came back down, took out sell stops into this inefficiency here, and then runs higher one more time, right? And that is usually what do you call it? I don't know how to explain, but we might just attack this high and expand into this inefficiency here, okay? This old inefficiency here for Bitcoin, and then we will see if price wants to reverse, okay? You can take this as the false flag move, false move lower, and then this move higher is to take out the shorts here. But if you're on the higher time frames, we have this old inefficiency here on the monthly, right? As long as price does not close above the midpoint of this monthly CB here on the monthly candle, I think we're safe to go lower and look for retracements for Bitcoin, okay? If it closes above the midpoint here within this CB, then I believe it's going to run into the rejection block right here. Okay, the rejection block, it's this one, this price level. Okay, that's for Bitcoin. Now let's take a look at bonds. Right, so far price is respecting bearish order flow. We have this supposed bullish fair value gap, BC. Right now it's closing, or it's trading below it. Yeah, it's closing below it, and it's respecting the midpoint. Okay, price came right back up into this rejection block here, and then reversed. So I think here would be the next target, and that will be the last defense. Okay, we have this proportion order block here. Any price trading through this proportional block, I think we're gonna look for this lows here. Okay, this would be the last line of defense, and coincidentally it falls in line with this OT range here. So let's see what it wants to do, right? So far I don't really have a clear read except for this inefficiency here. I think that's going to be the next draw on liquidity after this below this low here, so it's going to speed through this low into this inefficiency here. Okay, that's for bonds. And yep, so far because we have CPI on Tuesday, I'm probably going to do a midweek update on Wednesday my time, so it's probably going to be during the overnight session of during the Asia session of New York time. Okay, so basically within 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. New York to midnight. Okay, I'm most probably going to do a midweek update during that time on Tuesday. So Tuesday, let's change it. Probably, is it Tuesdays? Yeah, Tuesdays Asia range, because the midnight it's going to be Wednesday. So Tuesdays Asia range. Tuesdays 16, no, not 16, 18 hours to midnight, and the midnight's going to start the Wednesday, right? So I'm looking forward to that, and I will see you again in the next session in 2 days time. Okay, and that's it for this video. Signing out now. Have a great weekend.